Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everybody. Whenever this video finds you is the right time. Uh, just remember that all readings are general. As this is a general Cancer reading that I'm doing for today for the month of July, of course, 2025. And if it doesn't fit you, it's perfectly okay. It means that it's not meant for you. So don't try to fit yourself into this reading if this reading doesn't fit you at all. I'm White Iris. This is my channel, White Iris Intuitive. And just before we start, I just wanted to go over a couple of things with all of you. I do personal readings as well as personal sound baths. I do chakra healings as well and crystal healing. So all of the information is in the description box below. You can email me. Do not send payment until I have reached out to you and I've made the appointment with you. I do everything through Zoom unless you're in my area, and then I can come to you personally if you like. I also do group readings and I do group healing sessions as well. And with the group healings and the group readings, I give a discount. So if you are interested in something like that and you're in my area, I'm in Alabama, just let me know, email me, and we can go over what the discounts will be, because I have different discounts for the amount of people that you come in, if it's the first five, the first, if you have 10 or more, and so forth. All right. With that being said, again, all of the information is in the description box below. So for those of you that have been to my channel, yesterday I did a live reading from the creator, and there was a lot of information, a lot of messages. Please go back to that one. Make sure that you watch it. I did some mini readings with some of the people that did come on, and they were really great. It was very powerful. Uh, I want you to watch it because we all have free will. You do what you want, but I would love it if you did watch it because it's messages from God, from the creator, from source, whatever name you have for him or her, however you see this entity in your mind. No judgment here. It's completely up to you. But I love the messages of just pure love and pure compassion that Source has for us, and letting us know how wonderful and special that we are. Okay. So, with that being said, I'm going to move on to our messages for Cancer for July 2025. And this is our birthday month. And I made sure that I make sure that when I do the Cancer reading, I tell them not to put any of my stuff into the reading because I am Cancer as well. I tell them that this is for the collective. This is my team, my shamans that work with me, the dragons, the all of the galactics and everyone that I channel. And I let them know, keep me out of it. This is for Cancer general reading. I don't want there to be any, you know, mix up in the messages that I'm sending out. So before I started, what I did is that I always do a Celtic cross and I always do a health spread for Cancer. And with the Celtic cross, what I've got from that is that you've moved on from something that was very toxic. And again, if it doesn't match you, it's perfectly okay. Just go ahead and go to the next reader. It's perfectly all right. I might not be your cup of tea, and that's perfectly all right. So you've moved on or stepped away from someone or a situation that has been toxic in your life. And this person did not have your best interest at heart. This is the type of person that says, I love you from their mouth, but their actions show a different word. This person really didn't like you. This person, you were in competition with this person all the time. This person saw you as competition. And this could have been a love interest. This could have even have been a spouse. This could be a sibling. But I feel more like this was a love interest, someone that you have been with, you have maybe even married. And this person did everything right, gave you all of the right information for you to go ahead and move forward. And then when you were in that situation, it was a completely different thing altogether. Right now, when I pulled, you are the Queen of Cups as well as the Queen of Swords. And those are two different queens. The Queen of Cups is nurturing, compassion. That's who you are. But you're also the Queen of Swords. You're that person that is, if someone crosses you, they're going to know. You're going to set up boundaries. You're going to cut people off. And that's what you've done. You got to the point where you were done. You set your boundaries. You cut that person off, so much so that that person doesn't even know what happened. They're like, what the hell just happened? Like, this person was so in love with me. How can they just cut me off? That's something, and that's a trait that Cancer has. Cancer will endure a lot of things, but when they cut you off, and you will feel it when they do that to you. Now, you got away from that toxic person, which is great. That person is going to be going through judgment. I just mention it. I'm not going to go all the way into it because as Cancerians, we don't really care who is or isn't going into judgment. They're going into judgment, fine. I don't need to know the rest because it's none of my business. And that's how most Cancers are. And I see you working hard. You're going to be successful at whatever you do. Remember, it's going to be a slow pace. It's not going to be overnight. It's not going to be tomorrow. Be patient. Let go of your fear and your anxiety because that will hold you back. So when you manifest what you're looking for, make sure that you manifest in the right way. Our words are spells. I don't want you to sit in fear and anxiety and say, but what if this and what if that? And then you're like, oh, but I'm going to manifest that. You've already set yourself back by even condoning, like, accepting those messages. So something that you might want to try to do is when those thoughts come into your head, say, no, I do not accept those thoughts. I do not accept the fear. I do not accept the anxiety. And then move forward with positive affirmations and, say, I am financially abundant. I don't say financially, what was it? Free or financially, uh, what was that word? I can't remember the word. I don't say that anymore because I was watching someone on Instagram, someone that I follow, and he's like, homeless people are financially independent or financially free. And I was like, oh, that's true. They are. I'm like, that's not what I want. I want to be financially abundant, financially sovereign. So make sure that you pick your words as best as you can. This is a learning. This is a way of learning the best ways to say it, the best ways to do it. I don't want you to fall into that trap that I had, that I was like, well, why am I not moving forward financially? And it was the words that I was using, and it was watching someone else that I was like, oh my God, I didn't even realize that. Yeah, homeless people that have that are those financial people are financially free. Those people are financially, don't have anything. I was like, that's not what I want. I want to be financially sovereign. I want to be financially abundant, financially independent. And I can say independent especially if I depended on someone else for my finances. All right. So be careful with the words. Our words are spells. Stay in your positive mode as much as you can. When you start feeling the fear and the anxiety, stop it, cut it off, and start in meditate with positive affirmations. And there's a lot of channels with positive affirmations in them on Instagram and also on here on YouTube. Okay. Now, you have gone through a lot of painful endings. This, I feel like, is one of the most recent ones. Remember that this is a lesson. Figure out what your lesson was, learn that lesson, and move forward. Because you don't want to bring that lesson with you in your next relationship. And for right now, you shouldn't even be thinking about a relationship. Okay? Right now, what you need to think of, and again, we all have free will, is becoming the person that you want to be. One of the messages that the creator had for us yesterday was be so in love with yourself, be so unapologetic, so passionate with yourself that no karmic can come near you. They either have to level up to your vibration, so that means they have to do the work, or they need to walk away. Like, you don't even have to entertain that at all at that moment in time. So be so in love with yourself that no one and nothing that's in a low vibration can ever come near you. Okay? And if you don't know how to do that, then that means that you need to start doing your work, doing your shadow work. You need to start going through your childhood trauma to find out, What is closing you up? What is keeping you from speaking your truth? Things like that. Now, I also did a health spread, and I always do this before I do a reading. I do a Celtic spread, I do a health spread, and then after I go through all of that, then I post oracle cards. But with the health spread, for some of you, I got a One of Swords, which is very, very low for heart. This is not for everyone, but if there are some of you who are feeling things, having issues with your heart, you need to get that checked out. Okay. The other things that came up were digestive, sexual organs, and kidneys. Not very low, very high. So with the way that I learned this was, if you go to a 1, anything below a 5 is getting serious. From 5 to a 9 or a 10, it's not as serious. You know what I mean? So look at your digestive, your sexual organs, and your kidney. Start drinking more water. Pay attention to your digestive system. Your digestive system starts at your mouth and ends at your anus. And it includes your liver, your pancreas, all of those things. Make sure that you are taking care of yourself. Make sure that you are doing cleanses. Make sure that you are taking probiotics. Make sure that you're getting rid of any toxicity that you have in your body. One of the things that you can think of is parasites. And, when you have parasites, you need to get rid of the eggs as well. It can take up to 6 months to a year for you to get rid of all of the parasites and all of those eggs and everything in your body. A lot of people give you like 90 days, things like that, but sometimes it can take up to 4 to 5 months for eggs to hatch. So I would suggest that if you are having currently some stomach issues, digestive issues, you take care of that, because you can have parasites in your liver, you can have parasites in your intestines, you can have parasites in different parts of your body. With your sexual organs, make sure that you are healthy, that you are taking care of yourself. Make sure that you are not sleeping around with anybody and everybody, because you can get an STD. That can happen to you right now. Be very, very protective of your sexual body, your sexual spiritual body as well. All right. Be like the TSA. Nothing is getting in there, and take care of yourself. And then we have the kidneys. With the kidneys, make sure that you're drinking enough water every single day. Make sure that you are taking the supplements that you're supposed to be taking. If you're supposed to be drinking different types of juices or juicing or things like that, make sure you're doing it. And one thing that I noticed was that this is very heavy sacral and root chakra. So you might have a misalignment with your sacral and your root chakra, and that's something that you are going to want to take care of as well. All right. Okay. So moving on, let me move this over, and I'm going to see what cards should I start with today, Spirit. So they want me to start with the Christ consciousness deck. Okay. What does Cancer need to know? What does Cancer need to know today for July 2025? What does Cancer need to know for July 2025, Spirit? Holy Spirit. Team Dragons. Christ consciousness. And if I'm pulling the Christ consciousness cards, it's because Christ is here with us, and Christ is going to be speaking to us through the cards. Okay. I love these cards. These cards are by Amanda Ellis. She has a YouTube channel as well, and she sells many different products on her YouTube channel. So you might want to check her out. Her readings are really great, and she channels a lot of different people. So we have Thomas, resurrection, humbleness, and miracles. So with Thomas, mind trap and doubt. Like I was saying before, stay away from the anxiety. Your mind is part of your ego, and it will trap you in whatever it is that it wants you to stay in. Take control of your mind. Take control of your ego. Do not allow your ego to be in control of you, because your ego is going to stop you from doing what you need to do, is going to stop you from getting your blessings by giving you that self-doubt. So I'm in control of my ego. I tell my ego to shut up. I tell my ego, I don't need to see that. I tell my ego, I've already done that. And you need to take a step back because nobody's talking to you right now. So I put my ego in its place. I want to be in love and light. I want to be at a higher vibration. Now, that's not to say that if someone does something that is toxic towards me, I'm not going to cut them off. I have cut a lot of people off because my peace is sacred to me. All right. And that's what Cancer needs right now. Your peace, your alone time needs to be sacred to you. Take care of yourself physically, mentally, and spiritually. Get your hair done, get your nails done. That is not vanity. That is taking care of yourself. Okay. Have a spa day. We have resurrection, embracing new life. And I'll show you the cards. These cards are beautiful. Okay, the paintings and everything. Embrace your new life. You are embarking on a new life. Be patient with yourself. You're coming out of something that was toxic, that was not good for you. You are still going through that. You're still going through those lessons. It's almost like you're going through a mourning period. And of course, the person that did this does not going to understand why you're going through a mourning period because it's like, well, you cut me off. Well, you need to go through your mourning period because you thought this was going to be the forever. This was going to be the person. This is going to be it. And it wasn't so. So you still have to go through that mourning period. You still have to go through that loss. You still have to um, go through those and go through and okay, this was a lesson. What did I learn about this lesson? And there's a lot of things that you learned. You learned how you didn't want to be treated. You learned how strong you were. You learned that you're still that person in power that can cut people off. So there's a lot of lessons that you have learned and a lot of lessons that you're still learning. And it's okay. Take it step by step, Cancer. All right. Humbleness, modesty, and humility. And that's what I was talking about. I think this has more to do with the issues with the sexual organs. Keep them, keep yourself, keep that part of you with you. Do not give it away because you're angry and now you want to. No. The only thing that you're doing is that you're hurting yourself. Right? You can get an STD, you can get something worse right now. Do not go off the reservation. Do not go nuts and start sleeping with anyone that comes your way. Again, you have free will. You do what you want. I give you the information and you do with it what you will, okay? And then we have miracles, manifest and believe. So manifest what it is that you're looking for in your life. Remember to all manifestation is, all divine timing is you aligning yourself with the timeline that has already what you want. Okay. All right. So let's move on. What other cards should I pull? Repair, evolution, and growth. They really want me to use these cards this week with all of my readings because they want everyone to understand that we're going through evolution. We're still repairing ourselves. We're still growing. We're always growing. We are spiritual beings having a human experience. And when we go back to source, we go back even bigger. We go back with more information from our consciousness to share. Okay, old conditioning release. So you need to release all old conditionings. It's time to release and to begin the step to a new way of being. And this takes time, Cancer. So don't beat yourself up. It's not going to be overnight, okay? Let's see. I've been in it for about 2 years, about uh recently divorced, in the same type of situation, and it slowly working through it, going through it, and I want to take my time. I don't want to invite a new person in until I've cleared my shit. And I don't want somebody to come in because they're going to mirror where I'm at right now. And that's what you have to think about. Look at yourself where you're at right now. That's the mirror that you're going to receive. So do you want that right now? I wouldn't think so. So the old story and past cycles of blame and shame and guilt need to be moved out. Take inventory of what you no longer need, what no longer resonates, and what isn't your burden anymore to bear, and unload what is weighing you down. Because a lot of times as Cancerians, we do pick up and we do take on other people's burdens and loads. They're not your load to bear and there's not your burden. In the words of Cancer Baby Tarot, and you can look her up on YouTube, you're not Captain Save-A-Ho. You can't save everybody, and not everybody can come with you. It took me a long time to realize that. Okay. Denial and deception. There's a situation that you're refusing to see clearly. Okay, so this could be specific for some cancers. If you're thinking about going back, I'm going to tell you right now, don't. It's not worth your time and effort. You're going back to the same cycle. Living in denial can create false scenarios to see things that are not accurate. Have the courage and discernment to dig deep into the truth of the situation. So for those Cancerians that are thinking of going back, don't do it. That's what Spirit is telling me right now. They're like, don't do it. Don't do it. You got out of that hellhole. Don't do it. That's what they're telling me. Nature and therapy and grounding. So nature, for Cancerians, nature is the best place to be. Being in the water, being in the oceans, because we are part of the ocean. We are part of the water. Waters, rivers, lakes. That's where you can cleanse. If you're not near a water source, go out into the nature. Go hiking. Touch the trees. Sit in contemplation, meditation. Okay? Your soul loves to connect with and be one with nature. A beautiful healing takes place when you ground and center yourself with the earth. Being in nature has a way to restore what has been lost and will bring you back to center. That's one thing that I'm looking to do in the next couple of months, is that I want to go maybe with a group of people, go out into the forest and do um, voice healing with them, or do um, take my bowls with me, and not only heal the people that are with me, but heal the forest, heal the mountains, wake them up and bring them back to where they need to be. So that's something I've been thinking about. Uh, Next couple of months, I think more is going to be like next year, maybe in the springtime when it's not too hot, where I can, because I'm practicing with my voice now. I'm practicing with the singing and everything, and I want to get it to be perfect. All right, so let's see. But you do need nature therapy. So ground, if there's a park nearby or a place where they have trails, take advantage of that. Love redefined in romance. Cupid has entered your heart and has awakened you to love and romance, but this time on a different vibration. Having a newfound love for yourself has created an opportunity for a new chapter with the possibility of cultivating healthy relationships. So remember what I said. That love has to be within you first. You have to be unconditionally, unapologetic, in love with yourself. That is what will bring you the mirror that you actually want. Because if you have that love for yourself, then someone else will reciprocate that love. But if you don't have that love for yourself, then you're just going to get the same bullshit you got before. So again, you have free will. It's up to you. You do you. Sorry, my coffee. Before it gets too cold. All right. One more card from repair card. Repair, evolution, and growth. One more card, please. Decisions in fear and control. So don't make decisions in fear, because fear will control you to the point where you just won't make a decision. So some decisions and choices that you have made are based on fear and not heart-centered knowledge. Fear is your ego wanting to take control. We said this before. Take a step back and make a responsive choice rather than a reactive one. Then you'll be able to see the truth of the best choice with a calm and centered manner. If you're not sure on what choices to make when you go to bed at night, Ask your higher self, ask your spirit team, because your spirit team is there. Tell them, this is the question I have. You know what the question is. If you don't want to say the question out loud, you can say the question out loud. And tell them, I need an answer in my dreams. I need help with this answer, so that you can have a dream about what you should do. And have a book next to your bed so that you can write it down right away, because once you wake up, you kind of start forgetting that dream. Okay? Right? What's the next deck we're using? What lies beneath, or okay, they're telling me what lies beneath. Wow. Private relationships. So if you're having private relationships, like I was saying before, you're going to have to quit that. You need to let that stuff go, because you need to take care of your sexual organs. Let's see these two. Envy and outdated, expired, old news discarded. So this is old news. This is old news. So this is what you were in, maybe. Maybe some of you were in a third party situation where you were the third party, and you finally ended that. I'm hoping so, because you don't want that karma on you. Okay. But it says it's outdated, so it looks like this is something that you have stopped working with. Someone is going to lose a lot of money. So someone that wronged you is going to lose a lot of money. It looks like here. And fulfilling a fantasy. If you're trying to fulfill a fantasy, get away from that. Fantasies don't work. Love yourself first. When you love yourself first, you will get exactly what it is that you're looking for, my loves. Recording, announcement, expression, and revealing. So someone could be revealing something to you very soon. And let's put it to you this way. If it's your ex and they're going to reveal, oh, I did XYZ to you, before they even say anything, just tell them not to. It's already done. It's already over. If they're saying this stuff to you, remember, they're toxic. They want you to continue suffering and continue wondering if you are worthy of love. You don't need to hear it. And wow, take out the trash. And that's what your ex is. This isn't my message. This is from spirit, okay? You're taking out the trash. Toss that shit out. You don't need to listen to anything this person has to say. If they want to unload, they can go to confession. Just tell them that. Tell them you're not a priest for them to come and confess to you. They can go to confession if they want forgiveness. Because the only reason why they're doing it is because they want you to feel bad. They want you to continue to suffer. Okay? Emotional intelligence. There you go. Have emotional intelligence in all these things. Don't let them do this to you. And divorce, breaking a contract. So some of you have already gotten your divorce. And that person is destroyed. They're shattered. They're broken up because of the divorce. And that's not your responsibility. So just have caution with this person. Okay? And I'm going to switch out the cards. I don't want to talk about this person. Whoever this person is that was in your life, I don't want to keep going there. I want to pull is it okay if I use the inner child oracle, spirit? They're telling me yes, it's okay to use the inner child oracle. I feel that a lot of you have a lot of childhood trauma, and these still need to work through that before you can move forward as well. And a lot of our childhood trauma is what makes us then step into these toxic relationships. So that's something you might have to visit or revisit and see what it is that you have to work through. Okay? And just a side note with this, if you're still blaming your parents for the life that you have or the choices that you make, you have a lot of work to do. Remember that we come here, before we come here, we choose everything. We choose what we're going through. We choose the people in our lives, our parents, things like that. And understanding that we make these choices ahead of time will help us to move forward. It helped me to move forward, understanding that. And understanding that they did the best that they could with the information that they had, and their information was extremely limited, also helped me move forward. So I tell you this just so that it can help you as well to move forward. All right. So we have, it's okay to be misunderstood. Perception is not always based on truth. And then you know the way, trust the intuition that you have on this journey. So you know the way that you have to go. You know the things that you need to do. And for a lot of you, you're already doing it, which is really great. For those of you that are just starting, it's okay. Step by step. You are enough. Wow. You do not have to give more. You do not have to give more time. You do not have to show that you more love, anything like that. If you're with someone that's telling you these things, that's not the right person. Accept what is. The act of acceptance will bring you peace. Wow. And we were just talking about parents and about our lives. The act of acceptance will bring you peace. I'm very much with the crowd of it is what it is. And, you know, it's okay. I don't sweat the small stuff. And that's acceptance right there. Accepting things, what is, accepting things that are not part of my control, that have nothing to do with me. I'm okay. It is what it is, baby. Get out of that 3D. A time to remember. Look back on your childhood. In order for you to move forward, look back on your childhood. Look at the things that happened. Look at the things that happened for you, the lessons that you learned. And a lot of people will say, well, I didn't learn any lessons. My parents were awful. Well, you learned how not to be an awful parent. So you did learn a lesson. I'll give you an example. My father is an alcoholic. I learned that I did not want to be an alcoholic. And I learned at a very early age how to be moderate. Now, that's not to say that in my younger years, I never got drunk. I did. And I went through that phase. And after that, I said, you know what? I'm never going to get drunk to the point where I don't know what's going on. And I would be in moderate myself. Now I have maybe 5 or 6 years that I don't drink. I might have a small whiskey, maybe with my brother-in-law or something, very, very tiny, but I don't drink. Drinking alcohol is very low vibration, and it lowers your vibration and then lowers your inhibitions, and it will allow any spirit to attach themselves to you. That's why I don't drink. I know a lot of other people do drink, some channelers and seers, and that's okay for them. I have no judgment if they want to do it, but I don't do it. Okay. Spend time in nature. So this is a second card saying spend time in nature. Let the beauty of nature refresh your soul. I always feel refreshed when I go in nature. I love it. Okay. I'm gonna have one more card from Working with Your Inner Child, please. One more card. Listen, your inner child has something to say. Listen to your inner child. See what your inner child has to say to you. Okay? And maybe it's something that you need to say to your inner child. Maybe you just need to let your inner child know that it's okay, that they didn't do anything wrong. Let's see. I'm going to use the Mary Magdalene Oracle deck. Hello, Mary Magdalene. How are you today? I'm doing well. And what messages do we have for Cancer today? What messages do we have for Cancer today? The Cave of Eggs. We exist in and with each other. Thank you, Nugget. Wow, soul work. I am in service of love. So do your soul work. And there are a lot of really great channels on YouTube that will help you with that. One of the channelers that I love a lot is his channel is called 1O on YouTube, ONEO. His name is Cornelius Christopher. He also has a website that you can join. It's like a monthly fee or something like that. And he helps a lot of people with that inner work that they need to do. I think I was on their website and he helped me a lot with my inner work for over a year. And then of course I stopped because I got to the point where I didn't need to continue to do that work with him. So I moved past that. But if you're looking to start the work, he's someone that you might want to look into. He has some videos on his YouTube channel, Oneo, that are free, that are from the channel, just so that you can see how he does his work. And he speaks to his higher self. He speaks to your higher self, you know, people that have moved on, things like that. Okay, let's see. Testimony. Love is stronger than death. And that is 100% true. Love is stronger than death. Remember that when we pass, we're just transitioning. We're just going back to source. Our lives don't end there. The good. I am inherently good. And this is Mary Magdalene's message to you. She wants you to do soul work. She wants you to be in the service of love. She wants you to have testimony. She wants you to take time for yourself. She wants you to do the work so that you can move forward and then help others as well, if you choose to. You know, a lot of people are called to do this work. Not everyone says yes, and that's perfectly okay. The legacy. Love is always legendary. And it's all about love. The strongest power in the universe is love. One person operating in pure love can counteract the hate of over 577,000 people. Believe it or not. And I didn't say that. That was a scientist that said that. And it wasn't Stephen Hawking. His last name is Hawking, but it's a different first name. I should have written it down when I saw the quote, but I didn't. Oh, hold on, that doesn't go there. Oh wow. So I'm just going to show you this because this card actually stayed on the box. The cross. I am anchored in love. Faith, hope, and love endure. And look at the anchor. You are anchored in love. We are all anchored in love. Love is what gives us hope. Love is what gives us the things that we are wanting in our lives. And it all starts with self-love. This is the whole message from our Creator, our self-love, loving us so wholly, so wholeheartedly that no one and nothing that's a low vibration or that's out there to harm it can come into our lives. And that's how the Creator loves us as well. So I'm going to use the Lightworkers Oracle by Rebecca Campbell. See if there's any messages from transformation. Things are changing at a cellular level, and there is deep healing. Star Mother. How can you mother yourself? Again with self-love. How can you mother yourself? How can you take care of yourself? What can you do to ensure that you are in love with yourself? I'm just going to pull the book. This was part of the channeling from the Creator. And I just want to read this to you guys. So one of the songs that I keep hearing having to do with loving ourselves is Turning Page by Sleeping at Last. And this is from the Twilight movies. And what the Creator says is, first of all, where do you think these songs come from? They don't come out of thin air. These are downloads that we give these people when it's time. Okay. So it's about a twin flame journey, but what they're saying is, are you willing to love yourself like this? When you hear the song, close your eyes, sit in meditation. Don't think of another person. Think of this love for yourself. The privilege of being yours is part of what the song says. You are a privilege. I am a privilege. I am mine. and I will treat myself as a privilege. And that's what the creator wants. You are a privilege. It is a privilege to be in your area. It is a privilege to have time with you. Treat yourself that way, and know that you are a privilege. And he says, remember what you are here living for. Only the sweetest words should remain for yourself. What are you living for? Are you living for yourself or for others only? And how do you speak to yourself? Are the sweetest words remaining for you or only for other people? And then you dog yourself down. Don't do that. This is what the creator wants for us. And this is something I'm probably going to go ahead and talk to all of the different signs as well. And I usually would do these readings all in one day, but they were like, that's exhausting. That's 3 hours, 4 hours long. You need to do one a day from now on. Okay. They want me to do the rest more. Protection, call back your power, cut cords, and soul retrieval. So you need to call back your power from wherever you left it. And there are great channels on YouTube that have different affirmations that you can do, also on Instagram. And Imrama, where are you being called to journey to? I don't know about you guys, but after my divorce, it was like, I'm going to Alabama, and I just stepped out and left. And I didn't think I was going to just leave like that abruptly, but I did leave because I felt that I needed to be away, far away from the toxicity. Crumbling. What are you clinging on to? So think about what you're clinging on to. And if you look at it, it looks like a tower from the actual tarot decks. The tower is not a bad thing. The tower is your moment to transform, to change, and to move out of all of the negativity, the toxicity, cutting those cords, leaving it all behind, doing your shadow work, and integrating your shadow with you. Okay. And these two also had come out. Don't dim your light to fit in. How are you dimming your light in order to fit in? Do not dim your light. As I was saying before, you need to be unapologetically, unwavering in love with yourself, unconditionally in love with yourself. That is the only way that mirror image of you will walk in, because that person will love themselves unapologetically, unwavering, unconditionally, passionately, and that same love is what they're going to give you. Okay. And then we have the ever unfolding rose, cracked open. It's happening to you, and it's happening for you. Oh no, I said that wrong. It's cracked open. It's happening for you and not to you. That is life. Life happens for us and not to us, because we are spiritual beings having a human experience. We are here to learn and to grow and to expand our consciousness. That's all that we're doing here. Okay. All right. Are there any other cards that we're going to pull for Cancer today? Any other cards for Cancer, please? Okay, so they're telling me to pull the Divine Feminine, and then this will be the last one. It's a lot of feminine energy in Cancer, even if you're male. Remember that we all have the male and the female, the yin and the yang inside of us. And the reason why it's so much of the female energy is because we have been in our masculine as women for so long. And also there are men that have been only in their masculine for so long that the feminine energy is saying, hey, it's time for you to wake up. It's time for you to have both your yin and your yang inside of you. It's time for us as women to start moving into our femininity as well. And I know for some of you, you might think it's hard. It's just a process. It is a slow process, but it's a process. Okay. So let's see. The Feminine Oracle. Let's see. What do we have? So we have Shekinah, the presence of the Divine Feminine. At the center of everything, there is light, and I am the light. Look how beautiful that card is, guys. We're talking about divine feminine energy, and that's the first card that comes up. Embrace your divine feminine energy, male or female, doesn't matter. Lalita, the red goddess. Playfulness is a spiritual power. Laughter leads me back to light. Laughter leads you back to light. Song leads you back to light. Start playing your music. Start listening to the songs that you used to love. Start singing. Even if you're out of tune, it doesn't matter. This is a lot of cards. So they're telling me to keep the first one. Am I keeping all of them? Yes. Okay. So we have Sarada Devi, the Divine Mother, again, divine female. Unconditional love exists within me. The presence of love is the absence of judgment. So this is what we've been talking about on this entire reading. It's all about the love that is within inside you. That's the love that we need to expand. Catherine Labouré, I hope I said that right. Patroness of miracles and healing. I am ready to heal, and I am worthy of the miracles that are meant for me. Remember what you are manifesting. Remember to have the correct words. Amaterasu, the goddess of light. We are all sacred mirrors reflecting back the same light. So what do you want to reflect? What is it that you want to reflect back to you? Do the work so that that reflection is only of love, unconditional, passionate, non-judgmental love. That's what you want back for you. And then we have Mayo Shan, the Princess of Mercy. Giving is receiving. The energy of the universe is merciful. The universe is here for you. There is no such thing as shame. There's no such thing as we need to have or be in pain, or need to be shamed, anything like that, to get to our creator, to get to source. We don't need a third party to get us to creator or to source. We have a divine connection. We can speak to source ourselves. We don't need a third party. We don't need that person, this person. We don't need any of that. Again, this is all channeled messages. This is a message that came to me from the creator as well. And the creator's asking me to remind you all of that. Jesus was not sent here to start a religion. He was sent here for everyone to realize that they are a divine connection through source. They are a part of source. Remember, Jesus said, everything that I can do, you can do, and even more. Because we are all divinely connected to the creator, to God, to source. And we are here to bring heaven on earth. Okay? All right. So I'm going to leave you guys there. This is the message for Cancer for July 2025. I hope that this message brings you the peace that you need, brings you the affirmations that you were looking for, brings you the confirmation that you were looking for. If this is not what you were looking for, if it doesn't resonate, it's perfectly okay. Just move on to the next person. I also have people that I recommend down in the description box below. Go through those, see if there's anyone there that you might resonate with, and see if there's something that maybe they tell you that helps you even more. All right, because the main goal here is to help people, to help the people that come to this channel. And if I'm not that person for you, I have recommendations on the bottom of people that could help you. Okay, but I leave you in love and light, everyone. I leave you with the highest manifestations and the highest love and vibration that I can leave you with. And before I close, just a little bit of light language to leave you all with. Ashamana Ashamani Shumane Besumana 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 Ashamana Shumane Shumanu Asamanu. And I just want to use my wand here with all the chakras. Please realign all of the chakras. Goddess, please realign all of the chakras and have them work and have them go clockwise and go faster and faster. Dragons, help me out here. Thank you. Asamane, Ashamane Shumana, Ashamane Shumana, Ashamane Shumana, Ashamane Shumana, Ashamane Shumana. All right. I love you. Be good, okay?